There are a number of questions. Some are pretty basic. I think some of the principles are relatively new to Maharishi's knowledge. First has to do with how Maharishi's TM works. The question is, the claims for the results of Transcendental Meditation are numerous. Improved test scores, improved emotional development, less stress, less violence, etc. It's all quite impressive, but to be honest, almost too good to be true. My question is, how does TM work? What happens during the practice? How can a student sit with his eyes or her eyes closed for 10 or 15 minutes and receive so many benefits?
That is what is called teaching Transcendental Meditation. Step by step, the mind is led on to the transcendental field. That's all finished. Step by step. It must be too good to be true, because in the world of chaos, in the world of destruction, the talk of saving life, it's like the talk of light in the utter darkness. The talk of light in the utter darkness, that's what I was emphasizing. It will never satisfy anyone. Experience alone will do it. Experience alone will do it, and there are a few thousand teachers of Transcendental Meditation. More are being trained. All the time, more teachers are being trained. And the whole process is very simple. How it works? It works in the same way for the mind as the slope of a mountain works for a stream of water. You put a bucket full water in the slope, it just trickles down. How it trickles down? By its own gravity, by its own nature. Another example is, you are seeing something, and suddenly someone comes with a beautiful rose. Suddenly you are attracted to it. Why you are attracted to it? Because it gives greater happiness. Mind always flows to a field of greater happiness. Transcendental field experience is bliss. And this bliss naturally makes the mind trickle down to final experiences and trickles down to the transcendent. Simple, by its own nature. By its own nature. From the first time, second time, third time, it doesn't take long time. The mind is always flowing in the direction of greater happiness, very naturally. More and more happiness is experienced in the direction of transcendence. An abundance of happiness is experienced in transcendental consciousness. So just as it is the habit of the mind to be drawn to greater happiness, by this nature of the mind trickles down to experience transcendental consciousness. There is nothing, there is no magic, there is nothing. Nature is the nature of life. That's why the whole theory comes out to say potential of individual is cosmic. So from tiny fields of joy, from tiny waves of joy, one gets to the ocean of happiness, which is called bliss. And enormously bliss has been sung in the Vedic literature, and everywhere bliss is sung. Bliss is another name for that light of merciful Father, the same thing, dignity of life, merciful Father. Nature, by nature. Answer is by nature. Nothing other than nature is the answer to the question how the mind descends down to transcendental. By nature, by nature. And how the transcendental creeps into the field of the boundaries? By nature, by nature, by nature. Unity in diversity, unity in diversity by nature. Diversity held in unity by nature, by nature, by nature. It doesn't need, not much education is needed, not much, only experience is necessary. Without experience, the whole thing is a gossip. Without experience of water, the thirst will never be satisfied. Without experience of total knowledge, without experience of the unified field in modern terms, without the experience of transcendental field, parakichetna, bhavati dhyad, without the experience of that, life will remain what? Distorted, that's all. Unsatisfactory, distorted. And in dissatisfaction, the man will do all the wrong that he can do only. A drowsy man can do anything, no? A drowsy man. That is why the society lets a man sleep properly. After sleep only, one begins to talk to him. One doesn't talk to him when he is sleeping. Because whatever he will say, we say he is talking in dream. In dream also people talk, but they are not real in any sense in the waking state. So this gives us different states of consciousness. So waking, dreaming, sleeping, transcendental consciousness is also a state of consciousness, as sleeping, dreaming, waking is. Furthermore, cosmic consciousness is a different quality of consciousness. Furthermore, God consciousness, a different quality of consciousness. Furthermore, unity consciousness, Brahman consciousness, totality. It's a different states of consciousness. This is very necessary for every teaching institution. And this is very necessary for the parents to see that they send their children to that teaching institution where they will be led on to develop all the 7 states of consciousness. Otherwise, education is only educating them to be slaves. I give you so much money, you do so much thing. I give you so much money, you do so much thing. And if education is only employment-oriented, it is crucifying life simply. If education is an employment, it depends upon the government. What the government wants the country to be. How much in bliss or how much in chaos. That's all. But every government is told week after week that there is a chance for them to be kind on their population and give the bliss of life to every individual. If they don't do it, they will be charged for doing injustice to the people. Teachers, educators, they can help their government, they can help their people, they can help the world thereby. The knowledge is there, use it. And use it or not is your thing. It's all there for you. It's for you to decide whether you want your children to be fully enlightened